Welcome back to the Bunsa's Biggest Podcast. I am joined today by the best mom to my little niece and the oldest sibling of all siblings, Abby Brouwer, and featuring my brother-in-law Dustin. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Awesome.
Great to be here.
Thanks for having us, Shea.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Today I figured we will interview both of y'all today. Then I figured we can talk about some parenthood. You guys are up for that.
That sounds great.
Definitely.
My favorite sister, Abby, a couple questions for you.
Only sister, Abby.
For you, before you decided what you wanted to do in your life, you were doing marathons. How did you prepare for those?
I don't know what I would say. I did 2 marathons. I did one in college and then one out of college. Prepared for those by hours and hours of running. I don't know that I would recommend. I'm glad I did it. I definitely prefer the half marathon distance now. It's just a lot easier to have a family and do other things. Because when you're marathon training, you got to run for like 3.5 hours on a weekend, and I don't have time for that anymore. But I probably ran 3 to 4 times a week, and then trained and did it with some friends both times.
Yeah, definitely. You also were playing soccer all through your childhood and into college. Why was soccer your first love as a kid growing up?
I think it's just because it was the first sport I did. I started playing at like 3 or 4 years old, and I just fell in love with the game, and you couldn't convince me to do anything else. If I had like a dime for every time someone asked me if I played volleyball or basketball, I'd probably be rich by now. But fortunately or unfortunately, I fell in love with soccer long before then and did not want to switch sports. And then I thought I wanted to play in college, but decided just to play for the Auburn club team instead, and it was a perfect balance, so I could still lead ministry and do other things and get my soccer fix.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you just said ministry. That's really good to have and really fun to have at the same time. Abby, you basically traveled all around the world. Before you landed in Michigan, how was it traveling in the world?
Yeah, it's hard to answer that in like a question or two, but so out of college, I did something called the World Race, so it's a year-long mission trip. So I spent 1 month in 11 different countries. It was amazing, the best experience of my life. I got to help and serve people in all different cultures and just learn a lot about places around the world, and I grew a lot too in my faith and in myself. I'm definitely really grateful for that experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm sure it's fun traveling the world and doing what you love. Last question for you. The number 1 team, Auburn Tigers, your Auburn Tigers, is playing the number 6 team, Florida. Any opinion on the game later?
Yeah, well, it's really fun to see Auburn succeeding in basketball, especially because football the last couple of years, not as great. When I was there, I got to go to the national championship with Cam Newton, War Eagle. But it's been a few down years for football, so it's really fun to see the basketball team take it off. And right now they are on a 14-game winning streak, which is
that's crazy.
Awesome. So it's really fun to see them succeed, and once an Auburn Tiger, always an Auburn Tiger.
Yeah, that's crazy. There you have it. My older sister went to Auburn, y'all. A great school. Being from Wisconsin, what do you think about the Bucks this year, Dustin?
Well, a few years ago, they won the championship, and ever since, it just feels like they haven't quite lived up to their potential. They have Giannis, they have Dame Lillard. It just feels like they need to take the next step and really achieve their potential to be a championship team again. I don't know if that's coaching, I don't know if that's players, but it just seems like something's just a little bit off, and I'm hoping that they can get that righted before we go into the playoffs, and hopefully they can make a good run at it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would love to see them, if they can push that into the playoffs. I would love for them to be in there with all the best teams in the world. Now, what changes do you want to see for the Bucks for the rest of the year?
That's hard to say because it's a little bit hard in Michigan to watch the Bucks all the time. They're not the local team here, but I would say just consistency and growth towards reaching our potential. Like I said before, like that is the number one thing I want to see from them, and that's what I'm really hoping I get to see the rest of this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. The Bucks have definitely are in that gap, but trying to fight their way back into the mix of things. Uh, I have a couple of questions for y'all as parents. First up, I have what is it like being the best parents, and why is teamwork so key to being the best parents to y'all's daughter Chloe?
Well, I'll go first. We are not the best parents. Every parent will make mistakes, and the key there is just learning from those mistakes and moving forward. Don't beat yourself up too bad, but learn from that and make sure that you keep working towards becoming the best parent you can. Like the Bucks aren't reaching their potential. As a parent, it's always about trying to push forward and reach the best potential you can as a parent.
Yeah, no, for sure. Abby, what about you?
I like your thing about teamwork. That's important as sports, what your podcast is about, and then also just in parenting. When we stand as a united front, it's less confusing for Chloe when we have the same like boundaries and expectations. That just can help her.
Yeah, no, for sure.
One more thing to add quick. Reinforcing each other through that is also very, very important.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Big. That's what teamwork does.
For sure.
So, my next question for y'all is now, as parents, as Chloe continues to grow in front of us, why is that is important as she's loved every day?
I'll go first.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a huge. That's how she can grow when when children feel loved, they feel safe, and there's space for them to try new things, and that means they're gonna fail and make mistakes. But she knows we're on her team and that we're encouraging her and cheering her on, and that just gives her just that opportunity to grow.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can't wait to, as she is growing, I can't wait to see what she does and how big she gets. Uh, a recap of the episode, really quick here. I interviewed Abby and Dustin Brouwer, then talked a little bit on parenthood. Dustin, thanks for helping me break down the Bucks and the kind of season they're having this year. And that's right, it is time for the bucket list of the day. We are doing our favorite Nintendo Switch games that we like to play on the Switch. Dustin, have at it. Go first, please.
All right, I would probably have to say Heave Ho is probably my favorite game, mostly because I really enjoy the teamwork aspect. It's a weird game, but the idea is that you have to help each other get through an obstacle course, and if you don't have good teamwork, you won't succeed. And it's always fun to try to help each other reach the best potential we can as a team.
Yeah, definitely. And that game brings the fun out of all of us, right?
I'm going to go opposite. I like Mario Kart because I like to win. I don't like teamwork games near as much as my husband does, who always wants everybody to win. I'm one of 5 and 4 brothers. I like to actually win things.
Yeah.
Not that I do win Mario Kart anymore. Those days are long gone, but it's still fun to have the potential to win.
Yeah, no, definitely. You heard from Abby. She loves to. She's the oldest of the 5 of us. So it's always a competitive between the 5 of us.
And that's the family dynamic we have. It's fun.
I would say for me, my favorite has to be Chicken Horse. You get to sabotage and not only just a sabotage, but also there's like there's certain things you can choose, and but you have to get to the end to win at the same time. There, but at the same time, you're going to sabotage the other person that's trying to get that to that other side to win. So for me, it's chicken and horse.
Spoken like an O'Reilly, you want to win.
I will say chicken horse is also a very good game.
For sure. Abby and Dustin, really quick, I want y'all's opinion on where you guys see this podcast that both me and our brother Callahan started together in the future.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I would say that it's like anything else. Like, if you work hard and you really put the effort into it, there's no telling where something like this could go. I'm really excited to see where it will go in the future, and I think there's definitely some solid potential for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Abby,
Yeah, Shea, your love for basketball, you're so committed. Every morning he's been up with his coffee and watching highlights, so he's up to date. So I know you put a lot of hard work into it. So just keep working hard and interviewing your friends at TPA, and let's see where it takes you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and I've been doing a lot of stuff for this podcast, for the future of this podcast, and yeah, it's just really good to have something that you can talk about, because, I mean, after all, it is what me and our brothers played, like, growing up, that we stuck with. Alright, guys, that was episode 18 of the Bunsa's Burgers podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Abby, Dustin, thanks for being on this episode with me for episode 19 of the podcast.
Thanks, Shea. It was our pleasure.
Thanks for having us, Shea.
And we'll see you guys, y'all, for episode 20. Thanks, guys.